Hello, y'all. I'm back. It's now 12:17 p.m. So, I don't know. I'm just like, excuse me, y'all. If this was fake, I wouldn't be, wiping tears from my eyes from any of, the perps trying to say that I'm crying fake crocodile tears for attention. No, I'm not, you know. But I'm saying that, it's been kind of a while since I cried. Excuse me. Oh. I'm trying to get myself together now. So, with it being our 39th birthday, I'm kind of feeling like all kinds of mixed up feelings and also like crying tears of joy at the same time. Because, I'm crying tears of joy at the same time. And I hardly ever really cry tears of joy, really, you know. I think the last time I cried, and probably the other time I cried tears of joy was graduating from high school. I didn't even cry tears of joy when graduating from college. But it's like, it's like, it's like miraculous, a miracle that my twin sister, she just PayPal me $40. Thank you. Because I feel like, dealing with the family. I've done so much so much for the family throughout the years. Always been a generous and giving person, and so this is not the first time that that my twin sister, like throughout our adulthood, this is the first time she ever sent me anything. No, and for Hurricane Sally, she gave me $10, but then wanted a refund, so I gave her back the refund. But I'll just say that, I'll trust that this $40 gift was genuine. Because I hated, the idea of, us getting along the worst on or around our birthday. And as I said, everything started in foster care. Foster care. That foster care system is where everything started. And I even though the biological mom, Frances, when she was alive, she used to try to also, try to pit us siblings against each other and stuff like that, you know. But I forgive her. I love her. I mean, so, I just wish that people, family or not, that, I'm pretty sure they do know it's real. They know the gang stalking is real, but they're gagged. A lot of people, they're gagged. MK Ultra silence, no talk programming. They're gagged. So then they gotta gaslight somebody that's really, I guess you become a targeted individual when you're not programmable. When you're not programmable, or I guess when you're not able to be so easily hypnotized. Because I didn't realize hypnosis was of the occult as well. So can I tell y'all a quick story? A quick story is that, I was probably 18 years old, going to Nicholls State University, going to college. And it was Daniel Tosh and some other comedian who did like some kind of comedy night, came to the college and did some kind of comedy night. Excuse me. And so then they had everybody get on, like certain people get up on stage to be hypnotized. I was young, I didn't know any better, but I was wondering why the hypnosis spell worked on everybody except me. I was the only one who they couldn't succeed at hypnotizing. I forgot what they did, but I heard, like, when I was in elementary school, they had this boy that I knew since kindergarten, and I think they turned him into a perp, and I really think he turned out to be a devil worshiper, satanic, wearing all black. Alexander Atkins. Alex, excuse me, he used to play hypnosis games and be like, "You're very sleepy, you're very sleepy," dingling something, and then you fall out, you fall asleep or whatever. So I guess hypnosis really, but then again, I have been, mind controlled and under certain spells and stuff because of when you have a narcissist in your life, when there's a narc in your life that have you blinded and brainwashed, or you end up with Stockholm syndrome. When you have Stockholm syndrome and you have that chief narc in your life that's got you under witchcraft spell and stuff, so you blinded, and if they manipulate you, excuse me, and then you don't realize until the fake friendship was over that you've been hypnotized and under a spell and brainwashed and manipulated, and you've been blinded, So I know all of us really been hypnotized and brainwashed by, the mainstream media, the government, or whatever else. So I just wish that the same people, the energy that they take stalking, following, and harassing, sabotaging, and trying to ruin and destroy innocent people for sport, for thrills, for laughs. I wish that y'all would take that time out that you keep up with one person's every move. I wish that you would take that channel. I don't want to use that. I don't want to say channel that energy. That sounds new age. So I'll scratch that out. I don't want to say that. But if you take your time, excuse me, to look at some of the resources for my True DVD for Christians, parts 1 through 4, and also the MK Ultra, the Mind Control Ritual Abuse Collection. If you take the time to look at any of those, and especially part 4, the True DVD for Christians part 4, and also some of the links on targeted individuals and gang stalking, it really does match up with what I'm going through. And not me, but other targets as well. It's not natural, only because of that doggone foster care system. But I really do think that if we would have never been separated and put in foster care, then me and my twin sister, we probably would be close and love each other. Because you want to know why? Other siblings in the family, they get into an argument, they back friends 5 minutes later. Even with my twin sister's relationships with somebody like Derek or Ramona or Mark or something like that, she gets into an argument or fight or whatever, they're back friends 5 minutes later. But if any family member, say Ramona or anybody, get into an argument with me, I don't hear from them for like 3-4 years, probably even 10 years. So I'm not going to hear from any family member today calling me up and saying, Candy, happy birthday, little sis, I love you and I miss you. As I said, whole entire family. Well, some of them know I'm homeless, and I'm pretty sure they know I'm homeless here in Pensacola, and me being forced to live in an unsafe predicament out on the streets, disabled and by myself. The only concern they have for me is that I'm mentally unstable and not on my meds. That's the only concern that they have for me. Any of the family, that I'm mentally unstable and not on my medication. But I haven't been on my medication in over a decade. Over a decade. But me waking up, me breaking the mental health spell, satanic spell, the pharmakia witchcraft spell of psychiatry and the mental health system. I haven't been on meds in so long. And then I started finding out the truth and researching the truth and speaking the truth and trying to, as best as I could, to live for the truth and live in the truth. And it's a long journey. It's a journey, So, but that caught me by surprise. That my twin sister sent me $40. Well, I'm saying I hope she doesn't have an agenda behind it. But thank you, and I appreciate it. I hate that. Me and my twin sister not getting along. I know it's not at the root. It's not our fault. It is not our fault. Excuse me. And, it is not our fault. And so it's like the foster mom was the chief ringleader in doing all this, and the foster mom herself demanded to be bigger, better, and higher than God. And that's a woman, not a man, but a woman, the foster mother. Brainwashed us to believe that there is a such thing as perfect people and that she was a perfect woman. And she brainwashed us to disrespect and abuse and hate our biological mom, Francis. And I hate that it took for the biological mom, Francis, ended up in a hospital. A nursing home. It was 2011. I tried to reach out to the biological mom, Francis, and try to apologize for the disrespect and abuse that I did to her. But the biological mom, Francis, abused us, and we abused her too. Family fighting. And so the foster mom smear campaigns, I guess I acted like a flying monkey towards the biological mom, Francis, and didn't realize I was brainwashed, hypnotized, and programmed. And I'm so sorry, deeply sorry. And especially, the cult that we grew up in, it emphasized on Henry Clifford Kinley's false teachings. We heard that honor your father and mother, but it wasn't really kind of emphasized or whatever, But the real Christian emphasis is more like, trying to get saved, be saved and believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and be saved and escape damnation and hell, And I know, I be trying, to get close to God, but I be so distracted with the gang stalking or days of severely sleep deprived and stuff. And then when I read the Bible or listen to the Bible or pray or something, I feel like I'm just get robbed from trying to have some peace or some quiet time to try to focus and absorb and sink in, the words that I'm reading or listening to in the Bible and stuff, or when I try to pray and stuff. Excuse me. So, for example, the gang stalkers would do stuff like distract me with a noise campaign while I'm trying to pray. And other targeted individuals have said that too. Or if they get voice to skull, the V2K, the voices, if they would hear a voice of their ex-lover threatening to stab them in the throat the whole time they're trying to pray. So I know that it's something, and I am traumatized, but I'm pretty sure a lot of us are, and that's why they call it MK Ultra and mind control. And as I said, the Fritz Springermeyer, the Illuminati formula to create an undetectable total mind control slave. When I started reading that, I'm like, wait a minute, some of this happened to me. Not all of it, but some of it. But then I tell other professed targeted individuals about what I went through growing up, and they say, wow, sound like you went through satanic ritual abuse. So, me and my twin sister were abused growing up. And other foster siblings too, like the biological brother Wyatt was abused. Mark was abused, but then Mark turned out to abuse us. And the foster sister Joni was abused. And then, me still being a kid myself and not knowing any better, I feel bad. And I said it before, that I didn't know any better, that I turned around and, abused like other kids at school, but they abused me too. And, when I was a kid, hurt the animals. When I was 3, 4, 5 years, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, or hurt the other kids, like hurt the foster mom's grandkids. Because I really just didn't know. Like but then I got a certain age, as I said before, as I got a certain age and wanted to break that cycle and said that I don't want to become an abuser anymore. And then if I would have, but then again, I know what I did and I know what I didn't do. I know what I'm guilty of and I know what I'm not guilty of. And I know what I was falsely accused of. And the slander campaign or smear campaign with the narcissistic gang stalking Freemasonic satanic cult is very real. They're out here torturing and slow murdering us for profit. That we get kidnapped, going missing. As I said, they got the sex trafficking telephone scatologia perp that's been bullying, harassing, and threatening me, and is just sexually harassing me over the phone. I can't block him, but I'm saving all his messages, and trying to figure out a way to put it on switch it to MP3 or put it up on YouTube, some kind of way, to convert those files, and like, no way can what he's doing, no way can that be considered legal. So this is very real. If the so-called TI community is lying and saying Candy sold out, well, why are they coming after me now? Still, after a couple of years, saying that we're coming and making you another offer. Join us. Hell no. So, and then they get manipulative and they be like, so you would rather be out there and be stinky and funky and begging for the rest of your life and look like a fool? Don't you want a better life? And stuff like that, or they think, so you would rather just chase cars and call them gang stalkers for the rest of your life? I'm not giving in or joining. So now they want me to turn evil. They want me to turn evil. And so I don't know if my twin sister knows what she's doing and playing the game, or if she is doing this, if she really doesn't know how deep this is. Because I heard that they gag your own family members. Star Bricker is one of my top perps. J Demon Rotten Shit is another. Alex Dupree is another. In which that text message I received about the them bragging about hitting me with the orgasmic directed energy weapons. It sounds like what Alex texted me before, but I haven't seen or heard from Alex since almost a year. So, but then there are people who will say that if my twin sister broke away from the online perps and started to get close with me, then they would start targeting her too. That's what people have told me. So, no way should I be like a targeted, be college educated and they try to sabotage that too. They nearly succeeded. That's why my GPA isn't high. It's not that high. But I could have had the highest GPA and still be blacklisted from employment. So I more like went to college and got in debt for nothing. The foster mom pushed me to go to college, but then kept telling me you're not college material. And I didn't even want to go to I never wanted to go to Nicholls State University. Ever wanted to go there. And then they were gang stalking me there. I didn't realize it. I was being gang stalked as early as middle school, from what I know. So, But it's a miracle. You know, and I feel like I don't want the online gang stalkers. They are outsiders, so they don't have that place or authority, and I don't want them to try to meddle in or try to get in between if me and my twin sister try to get close again. But if so, I wish that she would be supportive and respectful of what I'm going through, but or else if I had to be forbidden to talk about it. But if they interrupt, you know, and do some form of torture or harassment, you know, it's like sometimes it takes for you to expose them to get them to stop. Sometimes they stop. When you do speak up and say something, or they'll keep tormenting and tormenting. Then when you put them on film, they stop. Or if you speak up, then they stop, you know. So anyway, what time is it? 12:42 at the moment. Hopefully I can get a hotel room now. Hopefully. And then with it being 12:42, hopefully I can get a hotel room and go clean up. And I would like to get to write a short story, 1 or 2 short stories today. I would like to get to write. You know, if people say it's good to, if you're a trauma survivor, it's good to be, you know, use creativity or some form of art or writing or something, to try as therapy, you know. And the psychiatrists and the mental health people, they are in on the gang stalking, the police, cops, regular doctors, any and everybody in your life from all walks of life. So, this video about to shut into another one.